Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 13th of January. So let's get looking at the news events that are due out today. If I can click on the right button, that would be good. There's not a lot actually. Nothing of significance there due out today. It's just, sorry, I had a load of things I clicked on too many buttons at one go then. So we got this week though, we've got inflation coming out, we've got the core PPI coming out, then the CPI, so that's the producers price index, then the consumer price index for the UK and US sitting there. Got a bit of employment data later in the week there. It's not a great deal this week. It is a bit like after Lord Mayor's show in terms of can be a bit of a quiet start to the week after we've had non-farms in there. Now non-farms came out better than expected. We just go to Friday there, you just see come out quite the Canadian data as well came out, so both Canadian and US data, but US data actually we saw a drop in unemployment kick in there. How much that is relative to seasonal adjustments at this time of the year, well, we'll see. Anyway, let's crack on and look at these markets then, starting off with the euro dollar, where the euro's continuing to track southbound. Not surprised we see a bit of a retrace at this time of the morning. We seem to get a little bit of movement opposite ways. Has got an untouched daily pivot up there. If it did start getting a bit more of a move, perhaps it could come into that. I'd be more likely to want to wait to see that hit to short it rather than anything else. If it comes up nice and cleanly, could be a potential short there. So not really looking away from the big trends at the moment. The big trends are really setting the pace. I mean, the pound is wow, it's still heading strongly to the downside there. There's not a lot of faith in the Rachel from accounts looking after the treasury, etc. Did I say treasury? Anyway, looking very, very soft. Just really consolidated where it is again. We nowhere near the daily pivot here. It's already broken its S1. Generally the probability drops to about 25% of that being hit now, so 20-25%, so not interested there. US dollar yen, only looking at the short side, but we need retracements on the likes of the euro to pound to really get into some shorts if we're trying to get into a trade now. US dollar yen, really the yen strengthened a little bit here, and I say it's marginal, and it may be due to what was being said last week in terms of possible intervention, and they might have, I don't know if they've intervened on the non-farms there, but the figure did initially go up, but it came down, and then we saw it coming down much stronger, or reversing much more than any of the other markets. They didn't really reverse, they stalled and then carried on in the direction. This has got all the sort of signs of potential intervention here from what we're seing. And there was an expectation that they might use the news to start intervening, but it would have been a lot easier if it had been going in their direction. Anyway, it does look a bit softer on the lower time frames here. We could see it pushing through, particularly if we see a bit of a soft morning here with the US dollar. Anyway, I personally won't be looking to short this at the moment. There'll be times in the future, but at the moment it's still too easily pushed up there. Aussie dollar, well, the Aussie and the New Zealand, pretty similar pictures here in terms of them both looking, I mean, since last week they've been selling their Tuesday onwards or Wednesday onwards, been selling off, getting a bit more of a bounce now. As I said, we're seeing this across all these markets at the moment, just a little bit of a a buyback, maybe some profit taking, some traders trying to trade the opposite way, but at the moment to me it still looks very bearish. US dollar CAD, well, the bets have been reduced a little bit here in terms of the next meeting. There was a 70% chance of a rate cut, but that now has dropped down to about a 50% chance of a rate cut. So we're seeing that sort of hasn't gone quite as mad as some of the others. It's not in such a strong trend. They're just holding up a little bit more. Just running through. Change of pace here. US dollar CAD, it's certainly not something I want to short, but not necessarily want to be long, going long on at the moment either. Morning, Dean. Right, New Zealand dollar. Now this is continue to move down. You can see my targets sitting there around about that 55 area, just over the 55. I've set it up on, what have I set it up on? 50. Oh, actually, it's, if I've got the right spot, 54,996. I've got it set on there. I might need to just check that, but that said, the price is strongly in that downward direction at the moment. No near-term entries on this. Still looks very weak, as I said, very similar to the Australian dollar. In fact, a lot of these markets, the euro, the pound, the Aussie, the New Zealand, all looking very, very similar. Swiss franc continues to soften against the US. Now, how long this will last, because it's starting to get up to that magic line I drew on here, which was resistance previously. We'll see how it does there, but just be aware that at 92.29 sort of area, there's some proper resistance. I mean, this time it might break through. Oh, it's on here anyway. It might break through it. But again, I'm not looking to try and trade it short wise. Maybe trade it long into that area, but see how it reacts into its pivot here. It's not my favourite trade because the amount of chop it takes, but you see the trend has been pretty decent. Euro yen is breaking over here. Key point here, it's broken the lows, giving us a lower high. This is looking soft as well, and really the yen is, so yen is holding up there. The euro still selling off largely, and well, seeing a continuation. We could see it pushing off down to its S2 the way it's shaping up here. We'll see what happens in the next hour. Just clicked that a little bit too quick, and now I've lost my, that's it. Right, let's quick look at gold. Okay, so it's decided to do its usual little playing backwards and forwards here, but gold for now is pushing, well, it's been pushing up. It's come off a bit this morning, but the general feel of last week here, you see the trend was fairly solid there. I would look potentially, I mean, it's finding support at the moment into its daily pivot here. Maybe if it breaks back above 26.92 area on my chart, above these highs, basically if it starts breaking back above there, that could be a long potential. Okay, oil, whoops, that's not oil, that's the DAX. Let's give it a chance to settle in and then move it. Let's go back. Right, oil. So oil got quite a push up later on Friday. It's broken through all these levels here and is looking relatively strong for now. What time did that kick off? It was just Friday morning there. It did actually just go straight through Friday morning. Pulled back a bit on the non-farms, but it's certainly continue to look there. Now it is into some resistance here, but again, a break of this sort of level on a short-term basis could see us running back up to that R2 up there. We haven't hit the pivot, so a move back above this level would see a target pushing up. Now it is a reasonable trend here at the moment, so put the higher lows in, and it is, yeah, but it does have several levels of resistance previously in this sort of zone. It won't be too long before someone's shouting it's too pricey. Right, equity markets, S&Ps are well off this morning. 0.4 down. These are really showing. I mean, they don't like these numbers that came in on Friday. It doesn't do any good for the market seeing higher interest rates, and it's got or for longer, I should say. These markets are accustomed to these lower interest rates now, and we're seeing the consequences of that now. Really choppy last week. I wouldn't be surprised if today was a bit like one of these days where it just chops around, maybe getting down to its S1 to around about 57.80 on here. The DAX similarly breaking down at the moment. It just looks that bit softer. Now, normally against something that's been in such a strong trend, I'd be saying don't short it, but it does look like it's going. It has put lower highs in on the 4-hourly time frame here, intermediate. It's broken its original stronger trend there, and as I say, we can see the lower highs coming through here. So it's more of a shorting candidate with that S2 potential for today, the way it's going at the moment. Okay, that's pretty much it for me this morning. Oh, didn't look at the FTSE. Well, that's down as well, 0.4. It's an uglier market to trade. It really has lost its mojo at the moment. Lower highs coming through here, all looking. There's a lack of confidence, I think, overall at the moment hitting the UK, with what's going on around the world not helping things. Okay, that's pretty much it. I shall leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading. If you fancied coming along, I'm doing a little boot camp Tuesday, tomorrow night, to kickstart your new year. Just I'll drop an email address below for you to contact if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, take care. Catch you later.